tight, yeah. You sure you can handle? We be faster than Django. We can take my Lambo. I'll put on a tight show. You sure you can handle? We be faster than Django.
Can't stop, won't stop. I can't stop, won't stop. I can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop. Okay.
Gonna take you on the ride. We're gonna burn through the night. Why you so salty?
You sure you can handle? Okay. We can take my Lambo. I'll put on a tight show. You sure you can handle? We be faster than Django.
Can't stop, won't stop. I can't stop, won't stop. I can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop. Can't stop. Can't stop.
And hello, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream. We have an amazing guest today, and we also have a lot of good whiskeys being sipped out there. Did you see the stuff from Greg Bradshaw there? Yeah, he's bringing some redemption as well. He's all about showing off tonight. That Greg Bradshaw, I tell you what, he likes showing off with that good whiskey, and there's nothing wrong with that. We're drinking some good stuff today. We got the Redemption Challenge, and one of the things that I've been fascinated with over the years has definitely been the home bar and like people's home bars. And I started this home bar contest a couple weeks ago. Just announced the finalists today. And the finalists are up on fredminnick.com. So there's 8 of them. You can go check them out on Instagram to see what those home bars look like. They sure in the hell beat the crap out of my bar. And man, oh man. But what's really, as we've always said here, this is about having a community. This YouTube channel, Twitch, we're on DLive, we're on Facebook, Periscope. It's really all about the bourbon community, and the story I want to share with you today is from follower Scott Moffat. Scott lost his father not too long ago, a few years ago, and this was his bottle. With his permission, I'm going to read this story, and I got to tell you, folks, just get ready. But this is what whiskey is all about. From Scott. Today would have been my father's 89th birthday. He passed away a few years ago. He was a small-town farm boy that joined the Marine Corps and went off to Korea right after marrying his high school sweetheart, my mom. He went on to get an engineering degree through the GI Bill and became a general contractor building factories all over the country. He was the most honest and forthright man I ever knew. I was learning the right way to be a man from him until the day he died. The bottle you see in this photo was given to him by an appreciative client back in the 1970s. He carried it with him everywhere he lived, 8 cities in all. He never opened it. I did that day he passed away and had a drink with my mom, wife, sister, and brother-in-law. It's better than any makers I've ever had. Smoother, sweeter, buttier, velvety, butterscotch. I wish we had a drink together. I think he would have liked it. Happy birthday, Dad. Love, Scott. So I've got my calibration whiskey right here, and I hope you all will get your whiskeys right now. And let's toast Scott and Mr. Moffat for raising a good man in your son. So cheers. Now, this is what whiskey's all about. This is all about coming together. And we can't be in a bar right now. We can't be in restaurants. Maybe they're opening up. Who knows? But we can come together here every night, have a sip of whiskey, get our palates calibrated, as I like to say, and sip a little bit of that good stuff. Now, the guest I have today, he is incredibly talented. Louis Brice just got a major win for him in that he had a number one song. He had number one song on Radio Disney on the countryside. Now, listen, I don't know much about polling or data or anything like that, but I know when you throw Disney on anything, that means you're pretty well respected. And I've definitely been listening to Louis's stuff. And Louis, I'm going to go ahead and bring him on the show now. How about it, everybody? Give a big, warm welcome to Louis Brice.
How you doing, man? What's up, Everett? Doing good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. So you are, you are someone who is definitely a hardworking musician, and right now you can't play in front of fans. How you doing?
Oh man, well, I am getting through it. I'm still keeping myself really busy, and I have been able to do my live shows. We had a couple shows. My touring schedule didn't really start up till the end of this month, and so I had to cancel too many shows. There's a few still pending, but man, I'm holding up really well. And this downtime, I guess, of not being out playing, I really took advantage of really making more music. So right now, my song "It's You" is out, and like you said, it is on Radio Disney Country, and it hit number one spot. So that's a huge thing. But also the other day on Spotify, any Spotify fans out there, the Hot Country playlist is one of the largest ones on there, and they picked up my song "It's You." So it's just really doing some astronomical numbers in my world. They're doing 150,000 streams a day.
Wow!
It's just on that platform. So it's really cool. That song is done really well, and man, I was excited about seeing that growing. And and about a month or so ago, I planned a little writers retreat with me and about 4 or 5 other really good writers, and because I knew we were coming to the end of this here last batch of songs, which "It's You" was kind of like the last song of the whole first, the second EP I put out. And so, and we went in the studio and we wrote like 8 or 9 songs, and and then I started in the studio last week because I'm ready to go back and put out a whole new EP, but we can't really decide on like 5 songs. So we were like, man, there's so many good songs. So I think we're going to hit about 10 or 11 songs this next group. Whether it's an EP or a full record, I'm not sure yet, but I think we're shooting for a full record, so I'm pretty stoked about that.
That's awesome, man. Well, this is a first for one of my nightly streams. We're going to have live music, and Louis, I co-founded a music festival called Bourbon and Beyond. We had to cancel that, and festivals across the country are getting canceled, but I don't believe we should give up live music. I know we're in a moment where we can't be in the same room, but by God, I want to hear you play. So let's do it by streaming.
I love it, man. And that's again what I've been doing. I've still been able to play a lot of shows. I've been doing my happy hour shows on Mondays and stuff like that. So, if you guys want me, so I can play you a song right now.
Let's do it.
Cool, man. Well, here's the song that I was just talking about. It's You. It's on Spotify and everything, and it's my little love song. It goes out to my girl out there. I always thought I'd be a rambling man, living living in the moment, never making plans. Finding love was just a dream I was having. Written in the movies, never thought it would happen. Try to drown my loneliness with the whiskey. Empty nights and different girls that never missed me. Funny how when you least expect it, everything could change. Baby, it's you I've been looking for. I knew right from the second you came walking through that door. It feels so right when you're in my arms. Darling, is it you I've been looking for? You know I love it when your hair's a mess, the way you shine when you wear that dress. Girl, I don't think that you understand. You make me a better man. Baby, it's you I've been looking for. I knew right from the second you came walking through that door. It feels so right when you're in my arms. Darling, it's you I've been looking for. Just like blue on the sea, our love won't fade, it's evergreen. You're the best part of me. It's you. Baby, it's you I've been looking for. I knew right from the second you came walking through that door. It feels so right when you're in my arms. Darling, it's you I've been looking for.
That was
All right.
absolutely beautiful. I know, like right now, you probably we probably have I mean the chat was just going crazy. People talking about how much they love your music. You've got a lot of people commenting saying like I like Best X Ever. You know, everyone likes that
Yeah.
one. So I don't know what you got coming up, but there's a lot of bravos. A lot of people saying that they're adding you to Pandora. I guess you know
Awesome.
my listeners are doing a lot of their stuff on Pandora. I guess that's the competitor, Spotify, though. But you don't care where someone
Yeah.
listens to your music, or does that matter?
Yeah, it does for me. I want everybody to listen to it wherever they have access to it. Actually, on Pandora, we just got notified about them the other day. We were like one of the number one thumbed songs. I guess people were hearing it on Pandora and starting to add it to their playlist. So Pandora, yeah, we're out there rocking on Pandora as well. I appreciate all the listeners out there. Like I said, every platform is different for everybody. That I
Mm-hmm.
found. For me, Spotify's been the most active, just in my world. And then Apple Music, and then you got your Pandora and Amazon Music, and but everybody has their own little thing.
Well, Matthew Gore just said he added a few of your tunes to his playlist on Spotify. There's been some iTunes mentions, so hopefully that streaming count goes up from 150,000 to 160,000 tonight.
I I love it.
But you're gonna help me make a very big decision tonight.
All right.
You didn't know this, but you got kind of suckered into to sipping some good whiskey. Kelly told me you love whiskey. You're a big whiskey fan. You put it in your music and stuff. So anytime I get a whiskey lover that I can have a good conversation with, I want to share. And so
I like
what I did tonight, and you're not going to be able to see this on your end on Skype. What I did tonight, I brought two heavy hitters: the 10-year-old Redemption and the 7-year-old Redemption. And the 7-year-old is not showing up. Now, the 7-year-old's already losing out. The 10-year-old saying like, I'm going to take it. But basically, these. So the story behind these whiskeys is that they were made at a distillery, called it's now called MGP Ingredients, but it's an old Seagram's distillery that goes back to the 1800s, and they were making incredible whiskey for a very, very long time. But people would buy it and bottle it and claim it as their own, versus like saying that it was actually distilled in Indiana. So this whiskey here is some of the first stuff of the people doing it right. Like they were saying stuff like, well, we're distilled in Indiana, we're proud of it, and they bottled it cask strength. And so this is actually the last of the 10-year-old I have, and there were only 88 bottles of this made. So this is a cask strength barrel proof of this particular one, and it's just absolutely fantastic. And then the 7-year-old is, and let me see how many bottles they did on that. All right, so there's a little bit more on that one, about 1,400 bottles on the 7-year-old. So that was more of a batch. But these two, I think, are the two best whiskeys that came out of that distillery in the past 15, 20 years. And then I've got a pretty good, Canadian whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got a Mexican whiskey, which, Mexico, they're known for making tequila, and there's a lot of effort for them to start making whiskey there. We're going to find out if it's any good. So where do you want to start? Since you're my guest, I'll let you do the honors of where you want to start. A lot of people are saying I do have a tendency to make people go to the highest proof first. They think I'm kind of mean like that. But, we won't. A lot of people are saying hey, let's start low and go high.
Well,
so,
I'm kind of feeling so. I got to kind of set Mexican blend, or the whiskey is the A6 A Solo. How do you say that?
well, now I don't have a degree in Spanish, but Abasolo.
Oh, Agasolo. Okay, Agasolo.
Abasolo,
okay.
Yeah. You want to go with that?
I figure let's go from Mexico to Canada, and then come over to the rye.
All right, come on over to the United States. Okay.
Yeah, come to the States. Let's do it.
I mean, there's a really good chance, Lewis, that this is going to screw both of our palates up. It's for right off the bat. So we're gambling here.
All right. So now, should we start off the other end, or do you?
Oh no! I love this. We're going to find out what's going to happen tonight.
All right. Well, off the smell, I've smelled the smell before. The smell is kind of like, it's got a little hint of moonshine.
Right? Yeah.
And it's a little lighter, so I'm guessing it might not be aged as long.
Yeah. Let me see if they have any age information on here. No, they really tout their corn, but they don't have hardly anything. And I didn't get much information on this brand at all. But
okay, well,
it's going to be under 4 years old.
Cool. Well, I can tell you, I took a sip of it, switched around. It's nice. It's really smooth. It doesn't burn too bad. It's got, like I said, it does have the corn mash feeling. Like that moonshine kind of. That taste when you get this straight white, kind of has that little bit of a feel to it.
This really is straight. This is straight up moonshine. Yeah, corn, moonshine. Yeah, no doubt about it.
That's what I'm thinking. It's smooth though. It's not. It doesn't have like a bad burn or anything.
If I was by a campfire and maybe
a campfire in the middle of the woods with all your boys, shooting shotguns and stuff, and ain't nobody else around gonna watch you. You're gonna know what this is. You can tell them it's moonshine.
Yeah, someone's gonna go get silly on this one probably.
Yeah. What's the proof on there?
It's 86 proof.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 86 proof. Not really, from a flavor perspective, it's not flawed. It's just very corn forward. It's, it just doesn't wet my whistle like, some of the other things would.
Yeah, that's
So,
definitely not my first go-to.
but it didn't kill my palate like, I initially thought it might.
Yeah, I think we're still there.
So
Cool.
let's see. We're going to start getting some questions in for you
Yeah.
as we get going here, and folks like to know what your inspiration for where your inspiration for music comes from.
Cool. Well, my inspiration for music, when I'm out writing songs, generally it comes from personal experiences. Generally, but it depends on who I'm in the room with. A lot of times I'll be in a room with somebody else. I love co-writing, and so a lot of them they'll come from maybe somebody else has an experience and I can relate to that I've been through. But generally, yeah, just from past experiences or relationships or even just good times in general. Most of the stuff that when I put out that I can really attach myself to, and because I've written a bunch of songs and thousands of songs. It's just I relate to more than. I relate to some others more than others, and so it's really cool. And those are the ones that I always sing and bring to my set list. Like I still have a whole bunch of songs in my set list that I haven't cut yet, but people know me by them because they come to my shows, and they leave that impression behind there. So, and that's what I'm going later down the road. I'm gonna do a record called The Lost Songs. That's all the songs I've never recorded that I've always played in my sets. So, yeah, but yeah, I mean, just past experiences, whether it happened the night before or whether it happened years ago, or just a situation I've been in that I feel is unique that I think people, because I try and really write songs to put out there because I really feel like the listener, whenever they're listening to music, it's for them it's a release, whether it's a happy release, whether it's a sad release. Music is a healing thing. It's there to, I think it's there to pull problems out or pull happiness out. It's a magical thing. And so when I'm trying to write about, I'm trying to write big subjects or subjects that I feel like somebody else has been through, whether it's been a heartbreak or whether it's been a blessing in disguise or whether it's been a certain relationship that knocked you on your feet in a good way or a bad way, a feeling. And so I guess if you're worried about the inspirations, generally that just personal experiences and situations I've probably been through.
Now, are you can you play several instruments, or is guitar just your baby and that's what you do?
Guitar is my main instrument. That's what, and I'm still not great at that. There's people that are really, really awesome, and I can definitely hold my own and do things and get it done. But I can dabble on the piano a little bit. I can keep a little rhythm on the drums. Not so. If I can hear it and touch it, I could probably make a little noise with it. Not crazily good, but generally, but my main guitar, it's my guitar is my main instrument. So yeah.
All right. Well, I think we should go to Canada now.
All right, I like Canada. I was there just before all this stuff happened. I went up there last year. I went to Calgary, and we had I went and saw a bunch of cool stuff. I played a little show up there, and we had what was the little barrel races with the horses and the buggies? I forgot what they call them.
Oh, in Canada?
Yeah, Canada. It's a Calgary. It's a stampede.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Anyway, it was fun. But,
the buggy races.
Yeah, the buggy races. That's right. Well, here's to Canada, eh? Cheers.
Hey, there's a lot of good country music singers coming out of Canada. Calgary Stampede. Someone mentioned that.
Yeah, the Calgary Stampede. Exactly that. I was there this past year, and it was really cool to experience. Yeah, that's the Crown XR, right?
This is 80 proof.
Man. Yep. It's good. It's bold. It's rounded off. Has like a little dryness at the top.
Oh wow, that's really good.
Yeah, it's really smooth. I can kind of feel that.
I told you all Lewis knew his whiskey. I mean, listen to him.
He's tasting like a pro here. He's doing the Kentucky Chew. I mean,
Yeah.
I could not have picked a better tasting partner for tonight to just, select what I think is probably the best, what is the best redemption of all time, and thereby the best MGP of all time.
Yeah, well,
Love
I tell
it.
you, the Crown's really good. I grew up, so I'm a huge, growing up, yeah, I got my very first bartending job. I worked at an Irish pub, and this is kind of while I was playing music back in college at parties and stuff. My main job was bartending and serving tables. And so I worked at this Irish pub. They had all kind of different whiskeys. At that time, they had the mini bottles, little airplane bottles. I worked in Charleston, South Carolina. Yeah, so we were serving. It wasn't full free pour yet. It was just the mini bottles. And so that was kind of just one little side note. But they had this one bar had really good bourbons and whiskeys. Like they had they had like Baker's. There's Baker's, there's in that realm, there's Jim Beam, there's the if I can remember, the Baker's and Booker's. They had Booker's was really good. I mean, those are really high test, stuff like that. But then you get into your Pappy and all that stuff. Whew. Pappy Van Winkle's that's really good. I had my buddy Will collects all that stuff. That's the high dollar stuff, but it's really, really, really good.
So Lewis,
I forgot where I was going.
well, wherever you were going, there's a compliment that came in through the chat that I feel like anytime you get compared to one of the greats, you need to hear it. Matthew Gore says, you remind him of Johnny Cash with a little more drawl. Wow.
Well, I will take that 100%. Thank you. That's one of the, musically, that's one of the bigger, and that's one of the bigger compliments I've ever gotten. That's awesome.
Yeah, there was another question, and I know whiskey played a role in Johnny Cash's writing. Does whiskey play a role in any time you're writing? I mean, are you sipping a little something while you're writing away?
It does. It does. It really has in the past. In the past, it definitely has. Even this last writer's trip we had, I definitely like to keep a little bit of Jack around and a little bit of bourbon, just a little spirits to kind of really accelerate the situation sometimes. Between that, but yeah, I now have I have a song called Whiskey Nights. Actually, it was definitely the whole story was influenced by a night of whiskey. Ended up a 6-mile walk from downtown Nashville to my home because I did the responsible thing. I didn't drive, but that's also because I couldn't find my car. But but yeah, I had some that song's really cool, fun song, and a little song called "I Can't Call You My Baby No More." That was definitely bourbon and whiskey influenced. It definitely draws out some good intentions every once in a while.
I love it. So, what's our verdict here on the Crown Royal XR? I'm really digging this.
Yeah, I'm digging it, man. It's really smooth. It's rounded. Like it's not, like I said, it doesn't really hurt anything. It doesn't sting, doesn't burn too bad. It smells good and like caramelly and buttery.
Yeah, it's a light. So the Crown Royal XR. This is a really light, kind of a fresh approach on whiskey. If you are a bourbon drinker who requires that in-your-face kind of like power and flavor, this isn't going to be it for you. But if you're someone who wants a little bit more some subtle notes and some nuance, I think this is right there. It's a really good blend.
Yeah, if you put that on some rocks, man, I think you could sit that, really right by a fire, have a little stogie or something like that. It'd be really nice.
Yeah. So I have a little bit of a saying, and you can see it with the barrel head behind me. Some folks in the chat are wanting to know if you're a vodka drinker. I'm not going to judge. I mean, I will.
I never
but
really
I'm not.
have. I've never really been. I really haven't never really been a big vodka drinker. I went on a good kick years ago when I was trying to lose some weight or something like that, and I got vodka and water. I was drinking a lot of vodka and water, but I'm not a big vodka connoisseur. More, if anything, tequila. I love tequila. Tequila's great. I think tequila and bourbon are kind of similar in different fashions. Because you have your nicer tequilas, your better blended tequilas, and just your really good tequilas, and then just same thing with bourbon as well. I think there's more. To me, there's more craft in a tequila and a bourbon there is vodka. I don't, I don't feel.
Yeah, I'm there with you. Vodka, it sucks. So
Yeah.
let's go. Let's let's. Oh, yeah. So we got the main event now. Is there any? Do you have any? You have any questions of these whiskeys before we get to
Yeah.
them?
So what? Yeah. So this is a 10-year and a 7-year. Is this a rye? Is this a whiskey?
Oh shit! I didn't even put that on there. Okay, yeah, these are cask strength ryes. So these are 95% rye.
Okay. Cool. Right on.
So they
Yeah,
are
what's the brand?
Redemption.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
Redemption.
Cool. Redemption
Yep.
10-year and Redemption 7-year.
Yep.
Well, by the looks of it, looks like the 10-year is almost. Am I saying is it more clear than the? Is it more clear than the 7-year?
Let's take a look.
It looks like it's a little not clear, but it looks like a little not as dark.
I'll be damned. It is a little lighter. Look at you. You are perceptive. My goodness. Now here's the other part. The 7-year is 123.2 proof, and the 10-year is 110 proof. So that would be the reasoning behind, the
Yep.
the color difference.
The color.
Mm-hmm.
And you said the 10-year. You said the 10-year is which proof?
110,
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Well,
and
so let's
the
do
7-year
this.
is 123.2.
So I'm guessing. Let's do this. Let's go backwards. Let's go 10-year to 7-year.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, cool, man. Well, let's see a little smell.
Ooh,
We can smell the fire in there.
it's a big smell, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. I see that. That to me, if I were to compare it to anything, like the way I like wine, and not white wine, I like red wine. To me, that's real. That's real toppy, like peppery up top and dry. And I think that's probably just that higher alcohol content that makes it that makes it a little dry. But I like the.
Well, now here's the thing about ryes. You see, ryes, that grain, when it's distilled and put in the barrel and sits there for a long period of time, it actually takes on kind of like a spicy characteristic. And
Yeah.
and so you're really you're describing the style of the whiskey. If it burns like a 9-volt battery, then that's the alcohol. But you're describing, that rye.
Yep, that rye, that dry spicy thing. I was almost comparing it to like a real dry, spicy, peppery Cabernet or something like that. Yeah, I like it though. You can put that. That'd be good with honestly like a nice little steak or something on the side. Like a little bite of your steak and then have a little sip of this to cleanse your palate, back to steak. Because it's got a little sweetness that I like in there. But yeah, I
Do
like
you get
the kick and
do you get a little cherry in that?
I can see a little cherry in there. Yeah. That might be that rounded off sweet thing that I feel.
People are asking questions about your guitar now. Now I don't know much about
Oh, yeah.
guitars. John Henderson's wanting to know: is it a Martin or a Taylor?
Neither one of them, actually. It is a Cole Clark guitar. It's an Australian guitar. It's made out of Australia. Made out of Melbourne. And so these guys approached me. They used to be partners with Maiden Guitars, if you know about those. What they do, they'll listen. But they branched off because they wanted to make a better guitar. When I say that, like a pickup that really hits. Like the big part about this guitar is the pickup. It's got like 3 different systems. It's got a face pickup, bridge pickup, which the bridge pickup isn't just one board. Every peg is actually mic'd up individually, so you can get a clear signal a real solid signal from each string. And also it's got a mic inside of it, so you got to do a blend there. So the pickup system is absolutely insane. And Cole Clark makes the pickup system. And but yeah, look up Cole Clark guitars. It's a great guitar. I love it. It sounds great live. This particular one, I beat it up. It's got a little hole in the bottom of it. You can see it right there. It's got a softer top. It's got a cedar top on it, real softer top, and it's got the black wood on the back. And so, but yeah, I love these guitars. I love what they do. They have a really good product line. And I've had it for a few years. They let me borrow it and try it out, and I never gave it back. Well, I guess once I put the hole in it, they didn't want it back.
Wow, you broke it in, and that's yours. That's,
Yeah. Oh,
how many guitars do you own?
I got a few. I've got this one. I got a Rain Song. I got a Taylor. I got another Taylor. I've got a Telly, Fender Telly. I got another electric Fender Telly. I got another Telly. Got a Strat. I got probably about 8 or 9, 10. Now that I start thinking about it, I hadn't really thought about how many I have. So, yeah, I think I probably got about 8 or 9, maybe 10.
All right.
And what's cool about it, and I travel mainly with this one when I play my main shows, but also the Rain Song is a great guitar. It's a graphite guitar, so I can fly and use it for a boat paddle if I wanted to, and it wouldn't break. Rain Songs are good, but I love my Taylors because they're more of a crisper, clean sound, boutique sound. And I really like having different sounds. I just got my studio set up, and so when I'm in the studio, I love different sounds and different guitars that really pull off a different feeling in a song. You play like an old D28 or something like that, man, it'll just blow your socks off with the dryness of the wood, and because the guitar wood never really stops changing their sound until after years down the road, because the wood is always drying up and it's always taking on temperature from outside. It's kind of like a good whiskey, when it sits in wood, it pulls off the factors of the wood. The wood also takes on, and with the sound, it takes on, atmospheric pressure, it takes on smoke, bars, water. So it's kind of like wood, guitar is almost like a good whiskey or a fine wine.
So right now you're just like making all kinds of fans out there, and Jimmy Kutch wants to know if you can play a ditty about tonight's tasting. And I don't know how quick it takes you to write a song, but or if that's even possible. But
oh yeah, that's always possible.
That's almost better than the show the Masked Singer. Like we do songs on tasting notes.
Here we go down to Mexico, thinking we're drinking agave tequila. Not tonight. Yeah, we're drinking Solo whiskey. Yeah, we're taking trips to Canada, all the way to Indiana. Yeah, back to Kentucky, right down to Tennessee. Yeah, we're tasting whiskey. We're tasting whiskey. Yeah, tonight. How about that?
That was badass. and Jimmy writes, so badass. Steve Widener says makes him want to watch Justified. Did you ever watch Justified? The series
I
on
haven't gotten into
FX?
that yet. No, I sure
Man,
haven't. But I know what you're talking about.
that is a great show. You'll you may not come up from the hole for a while after you watch that one. It gets you thinking.
I have a tend to binge watch every once in a while, so
It's dangerous,
It is. Well, shall we move on to the 7-year?
I think we owe it to the people.
Owe it to the people. Here's the 7-year. Here's the 7 years of this here whiskey, cultivating, becoming beautiful little brown liquor up there that we all enjoy. It makes our spirits better. Smells good. Smells nice and sweet. Not quite as strong as the last one, but smelling wise anyway. Damn. So I know that's stronger. It has a bite and it has a little burn. It kind of goes a little lingers more in the forefront of your mouth. It's a little more buttery. It's more caramelly and sweet on the front and thicker, bolder tone, I think. a little slower, longer burn because it feels like it's thicker.
Hmm.
But it doesn't burn as bad as the 10 year. And I overall I think the 7 year might be my favorite.
We are eye to eye on this. This has the 7 year has layers upon layers on it. It's
Hmm.
velvety. It's got like buttered popcorn, a little
Yeah.
bit of There's Are you familiar with a little almond, like an almond like paste treat called marzipan, like honey and
No,
almond
no,
paste? It's
no, I
got the
haven't had
mars.
that.
It's got the marzipan in it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, overall, I think the 7 year really takes the cake.
It really, really, really is good.
I mean, I can have that right there, just sipping, by itself, like I said, or you put like one of those big cubes in there in your little thing, sip on it, little bonfire. Man, that and the guitar, you can call it a night for me.
So Brendan, I think, just paid you the highest compliment, for my show anyway. And he says, I think Lewis has a great palate and is much more knowledgeable about bourbon than some of your other guests. Now, in defense of my other guests, they're coming on to to be schooled by me, not necessarily. I don't really know anything, but yeah, that's going a little crazy there. So
Well,
yeah,
I appreciate it.
but we do have to like make the decision. We have to do the final taste. It's always
Yeah,
important to go back and make sure that you are comfortable with
I really made the right take.
that decision. Now, when you see, does it help you with? Does it help you to drink whiskey before you sing, or does it hurt you?
Um, it depends on, I generally, before the show, I'll have like a shot or two, and to me, yeah, to me, honestly, it just knocks that little bit of mucus out of my throat a little bit sometimes. I've definitely had times where I might have had one or too many, kind of get a little loose on stage, but
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. I think, yeah, man, I don't mind having like a little shot of whiskey or a little just before, because it really feels like it kind of just gets that last little bit of grit out of there and gets in my little bloodstream, gets me moving a little bit. I haven't been drinking as much lately, so I've been backing off a little bit, but this is really nice. So, because my goal is now, if I'm gonna have a drink, I want to really sip it and enjoy it, not bam, just pound it down. So,
Right.
this has been really nice. I appreciate you having me on for this, by the way. It's been really nice.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man, I don't mind a little sipper before I go on stage, and to me, it's kind of a little routine. It's got to get you moving.
Mm-hmm.
I normally like to do it with my band. I'll get my band guys around, and I'll say, all right, boys, let's get this thing right. Let's cheers them up.
So did you have a chance to retaste?
Oh, here, I was about to go
10-year-old?
through right now. So,
Well, I guess it's hard to
yeah,
retaste if I'm asking you questions.
yeah. Well, now the thing is, do I have to go all the way back to Mexico?
Oh God, no. No. We're talking about we're comparing redemptions. We're here to let's crown a redemption winner tonight.
All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna go back to the 10 year.
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna start with the 7 year first, and then go to the 10 year and go opposite of what I did last time.
Yeah, that's actually pretty smart. That way. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so here is the 7 year. Cheers. Oh man, so good. Like the fumes kind of right here. It's all at the front of your mouth, right? And it slowly creeps back.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right, there's a 7 year. Still love it. Absolutely love it. To me, it's more full, and it just coats everything in there. Really nice. The burn is there, but it's not overbearing. Mm. See, that one doesn't burn as bad now because I think I had the other one before that.
Mm-hmm.
But taste wise, like that's great and all. I still that's 7 years. That's 7 years. What's up? The 7 years still got that. Really, I think it's got a bigger, thicker, bolder flavor.
I'm with you, man. The 7 year is our winner. How about it,
7 years the
everybody?
winner.
Woo.
Woo, 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 woo. Cheers to 7 year.
Cheers to the 7 year. Yeah, that was something. I tell you
That was
what,
great.
I mean, you actually have a skill here. I think you may have like a little hidden talent as a taster if you wanna start doing this a little bit more.
I mean, I would love to. I've never really thought about how to get into it. I mean, is that a thing? Like, just kind of like podcast stuff, or is it like a real people hire you to taste stuff?
Yeah, no. So I mean, I have a magazine. I'm a critic. I used to be. I'm a critic for Forbes. So like I
Yeah.
do. I started in 2006 and just kind of worked my way up. But I can get you in the loop on some things. But you got the skill. There's another country singer songwriter named Nick Wayne, who's also getting in it a little bit. You know Nick?
I don't know Nick. I've heard the name, but I know his stuff, but I don't know him personally.
But the country scene, what I've noticed is like your genre either really, really appreciates it or they chug it.
Yeah, you're right.
There's like no in between.
Yeah, you're right. You're 110%. I've got a few friends of mine, and I've definitely been in that zone as well. Like, just taking it as much as I can go, but I've kind of not slowed down in a good way. More actually enjoying it. And over the years, I definitely have crossed a lot of different, really, really great bourbons and whiskeys. I definitely appreciate a good whiskey and a good bourbon. And so over the years, I've definitely been fortunate and put in some situations to where I've been provided with that, and so now to me, I'm like, yeah, man, I know the difference between different tastes, and how it makes you feel, because a good taste makes you feel good.
Yeah. So now is the let's see if we have any more questions coming in for you.
All right.
Man, everybody wants to know if is he playing that Capo 3? I'm going to need to play. We drinking whiskey now. Okay, I think that was in your song earlier that you just did. Yep, a lot of people just here's a great comment from Danny Lynn. Danny's a friend of the show. Lewis definitely knows how to taste whiskey, since he did not want to go back to that Mexican whiskey.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I have such good taste in my mouth right now. I think it would be a shame to have to go back to the corn taste and the moonshine taste. I mean, if I'm out by a bonfire, sure, let's go drink some moonshine after the whiskey. But I got such good taste in my mouth. I'll probably have me a little dinner here in a little bit. I want to keep that rolling.
Now, Gary is actually a finalist for my best home bar. You should see this guy's home bar. He is he's a pilot and an Air Force veteran, and he decked it out with like all of his military patches and like his fly Delta jets. It's really, really cool. Like he's got a good shot of winning. And the winner gets to come on a live tasting like this with me. I don't know if Gary can sing and play the guitar though, but maybe he can.
Well, maybe he could tell. Maybe he could tell a joke or two. Most military people are pretty quick-witted and know some jokes.
That's true, but he does work for Delta, so he's got the stranglehold of political correctness on him. So maybe his.
Yeah, that's funny.
But he wants to know what your go-to bourbon is.
Oh, man, my go-to bourbon right off the rip. Bourbon. Okay, go-to bourbon. Man, I don't really have a go-to bourbon. Like Jack has always been my thing, and that's whiskey. That's really different age Jack. I love Gentleman's Jack. It's really smooth. Bourbon, if I had to think of what, Bullet Bourbon's really good. Between that and Angel's Envy is really, really, really smooth. Both those are really really good. If that for a bourbon or whatnot. So yeah, probably
Yeah.
Angel's Envy or either or the
And I
other.
know,
Yeah.
I know Angels Envy has done a pretty good job of saturating the country circuit too
Hmm.
with bottles and trailers. So I imagine you might have gotten a bottle or two on the road.
Yeah.
Oh,
One
we
whiskey
got
that I got, but I probably.
did I lose you? Uh oh.
Oh yeah, no, I'm right here. Yeah, I'm right here. No, I was saying I had
Oh,
this one whiskey that has, every time I've been associated myself with it, it's had a crazy night. It's called oh man, I wish I could remember. I was trying to remember the name of it. It's got such a crazy name. Oh man, I'm gonna have to send it to you. It's something like Anarchy or something like that. I can't remember the name of it. It's some of that world, but it's oof, it pours it down. But yeah, again, my go-to is the Angels Envy and stuff like that. So
well, Angels Envy's not a bad pick. There's a lot of people here who are now wanting to send you whiskey, so that's always
yeah,
dangerous when you announce that you're a whiskey fan. You suddenly start getting random bottles sent to you, which I guess is not necessarily a bad thing, all in
no,
all.
it's not a bad thing. I'll definitely love having a good little whiskey cabinets to have, just to never know when you want to. And I love trying again because there's whiskeys all over the place. There's some like little small batch bourbons. There's some really small companies come up with stuff, and a lot of small little bourbon places. They're really kind of coming up with some really cool stuff. It's a lot of people are definitely they're trying their niche into the whiskey and bourbon world these days.
All right. Well, I'll get with Kelly to send you some bottles because I mean, in all seriousness, the chat's lighting up with wanting to. You've impressed the bourbon world, which is not easy. We're filled with curmudgeons, and we typically hate everybody. So you've been accepted by the whiskey community, and that's pretty damn cool, man. That's pretty cool.
That's great. That's great in my book, man. I love being in that community. So, but yeah, y'all send them on, and yeah, get with Kelly, and then we'll get an address out there. We can get them
All
all.
right.
Sit there, and I'll take a little taste, and I'll send it to whoever sends it. When I have a little taste, and I'll send them a picture, tell them what I think about it.
Oh, right on, right on. Well, I know you wanted to do one last song before we signed off, but so
Sure.
I'll go ahead and get you queued up here. Ready when you are, my friend.
All right, cool, man. Well, so I played it to you earlier, and during this time, this is always a good song to play. My song "Blessed." Because I really am blessed to be able to do this for a living, and I'm blessed to have good whiskey around, and the good Lord made some good whiskey, so might not be blessed and have a little sip or two every once in a while. But here's a song called "Blessed" I wrote. I hope you guys have a great night, and thank you so much for having me on here, and I've enjoyed myself. So, without further ado, here's my song "Blessed." Daddy woke up at 5 a.m. First man on the job. Mama got me and Lee to school on time. She was waiting there at 3 o'clock. Taught us both how to see right from wrong, how to talk to God. Didn't have much, what we had, it was more than enough. I'm blessed, got everything I need. I'm blessed, got a love all around me. When times get tough, I tell myself it's okay. I'm gonna be alright, cause I'm blessed. Got another day to breathe, I'm blessed. Good health and family, remind myself that each and every day. I'm blessed, taking life on in these beat up boots, forging my own path. Found a good girl I can hold on to, yeah, she's always got my back. Doing my best to be a better man, still talk to God. Yeah, I don't got much, but what I got, it's more than enough. I'm blessed, got everything I need. I'm blessed, got love all around me. When times get tough, I tell myself it's okay. I'ma be alright, cause I'm blessed. Got another day to breathe, I'm blessed. Good health and family, remind myself that each and every day. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Remind myself that each and every day I'm blessed. When I get to feeling down, pulling me under, and there's no one else around. When I start to wonder, I close my eyes to see these gifts I've had the whole time, and I remember why. Remember why I'm blessed. Everything I need, I'm blessed. Love all around me. When times get tough, I tell myself it's okay. I'ma be alright, cause I'm blessed. Got another day to breathe, I'm blessed. Good health and family. Remind myself that each and every day. Oh yeah, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Remind myself that each and every day I'm blessed.
Actually, hold on. That was awesome, man. That was awesome. Everybody, everybody in the chat was just loving that. You've got it, and it breaks my heart that you can't be on the stage right now and share that voice and that charisma. But I do have hope that soon this will be all over, and on the other side is going to be someone who's very blessed, man. I love your voice. I love what you're doing, and thank you so much for joining us. Go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you.
Cool deal. Well, man, again, thank you so much for having me on here. I really enjoyed being on. I love doing things like this. Enjoyed the whiskey. But also, you can find me on all my socials. At Louis Brice is my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook's Louis Brice. Got Louis Brice Music as well. 2 different pages there. But also just go to louisbrice.com, and that'll take you to all of my socials, all of my music platforms, where you can find my songs. It's You, Blessed, Summertime Vibes, Nothing But TV On. Whole list of songs. Now, yeah, if you go to louisbrice.com, that'll take you anywhere you need to go. And man, I appreciate hanging out with you. Thank you for thank you so much for providing this stage for me tonight here. So everybody out there at all of your platforms to watch. I really do I enjoyed it tonight. Thank you so much.
Well, my friend, it won't be the last. Be safe out there, and man, you're a part of the whiskey community now. So soon you're going to have the warm hug of whiskey from all over the country coming your way. Because I'm gonna do as you say. I'm going to do as you say, and I'm going to work with Kelly, and I'm going to make sure that the whiskey ends up on your doorstep. So get ready.
Perfect. I love it, man. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you.
All right, my friend. Be safe out there, and stay away from vodka. Those days are over.
All right. Staying away from vodka, man. Y'all have a great night.
All right, man. Cheers.
Cheers.
So everybody, as I sign off tonight, just a reminder that in the members channel, there's going to be an after party, and you can come on over there, and we can talk about the show, talk about Louis, talk about all these cool things that are coming up. So just going over there to if you haven't already, join the members club. Just click that little join button on the side. If you haven't, subscribe. Click the like button. It helps with the algorithms with YouTube. YouTube is getting inundated with stuff right now. We want to make sure that we can still continue to bring you live music and good whiskey. And tomorrow we got Cave Zamanian on, and we're basically going to be drinking some really rare-ass whiskey. And, of course, Cave is the founder of Rabbit Hole. So that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you all so much for joining me. I will see you in the members only live stream here in a minute. Cheers, everybody.